Hey, welcome to the host team. This is an exciting time. My name is Chad.
I'm Nicole.
This is Nicole, and she is our host team leader.
Yay!
And so we just want to welcome you to the team. This is one of the most exciting teams that our church has, and we're so glad that you are ready to serve in this capacity. Let me talk to you just for a second about the importance of this team. This team has been known to be the most important team on a Sunday morning. Some even say more important than the main communicator or the pastor on a Sunday service. Just think about it like this with me. You have somebody that comes onto our property for maybe the very first time, has never been here before, maybe doesn't even know anybody before, but they come onto the property, and what are they expecting? What are they experiencing when they come in here? And so your job, your role is to begin to create an environment of welcome, and to help everybody feel at ease and ready to receive the Word of God. The number one priority is that we want to connect people with Jesus, and that starts here. It starts from the moment they pull onto our property. And so we just want to say thank you for volunteering, and this is such an important and special job, and we're just so excited that you get to be a part of this.
So there are a couple things that we want to talk about when you are part of the host team, and it's that we want to anticipate guests on our campus. It doesn't matter if it's their first time or their 15th, 100th time or they were birthed in this church. We want everyone to come onto this campus, feel like that they are here and they are important, that they're seen, that they're loved, and that we were waiting on them. And so that's going to mean when you're out here underneath the tent, yeah, you can speak to your friends or those that you're serving with, but we want to be actively looking out for new people as they're walking up, so that they don't slip by us while we're inside conversations.
That's exactly right. And when you think about it like that, that changes your perspective from, hey, I'm just having a conversation here with Nicole, to,
right,
hey, I'm actually going to have a conversation with Nicole, but my intention is to look outward and to watch for people to come in. And so that's just one little thing that we do to help guard that. So as we begin to walk through this, we're just going to kind of show you what it looks like to bring you into this team, to show you the importance of this role, and to give you a couple little tips and tricks along the way.
All right, so what does it look like to serve on host team? We would like for you to be here at 9:30, ready to be prayed up and in your spot no later than 20 minutes before service starts. So that's going to look like going to room 114, finding the host team badges, and finding your badge. One, it's super important that our hosts know that we are here to serve them, and that way they don't have to worry about remembering names. They can just come out and find us. We're also gonna ask that some of you step out at prayer time as the service is dismissing, to be back here under the tent in case we need to give directions back to the children's center, or if pastor mentioned something that they need to talk to somebody about. We're just going to be a focal point for them to come back to, so that we can be ready to answer any questions that anybody might have. As far as dress code is concerned, we have no issue with what you decide to wear. Just use modest discretion. There are a couple different places we may ask you to serve on host team. One of them is right here at our big connection tent. So
what we want to do here is we want to identify brand new people, but then we also want to welcome every other person that comes onto our property, because every single person is important. And so one of the things that we want you to do is to try to engage with every single person. Something as simple as a welcome, hey, how are you? Glad you're here, fist bump, high five, shake a hand, whatever, right? But we just want you to make sure that you initialize contact with every single person that comes onto our property. And so you don't have to create this long conversation that goes in depth about what they did that week, but just simply make contact and conversation with every single person.
So then we're going to ask some of you to serve here at the door. And we don't really want anyone, especially guests, opening the door for themselves. So we're going to be standing here. We're going to welcome guests, and we're going to open the door. So this may be your second point of entrance.
Hey, Nicole, welcome to church today.
Thank you.
Position number 2 for the host team will be inside the foyer, and a lot of times people here will be placed with bulletins, and so this is a super simple contact. Welcome to service this morning. Would you like a bulletin? Very simple, gives them something to take. It's a hand. You don't have to have contact necessarily, but gives them something to take into the service. And so here's a very simple way to make contact with somebody else every single week.
So another place we may ask you to serve is in here in the auditorium as an auditorium host. So what you would do in this position is still be in place 20 minutes before service starts, but it's going to give you a chance to interact with visitors or any guests that come onto our campus that are in here before service. So just, walk around, have conversation with people, get to know people, and we're going to ask you to stay in this position until about 10 minutes after the service has started and just hang out by the back doors. We want you to be very aware of available spots here on your section so that if we do have some latecomers, that you can just very quickly walk them to a seat so they're not having to scrounge around and look for something.
So let's talk just for a second about a new guest, somebody who has never been here before. The most important thing that we can get from them is their contact information. So what that does is that sets us up to enter them into a workflow that basically just kind of keeps tabs on them, keeps track of them, and invites them to return and to return and to return, because we want them connected to Jesus, but also to each other. And so one of the ways that we do that is we want to make sure that they come back to our church. And we're not going to keep every single person. I think that's kind of a big misconception of a lot of churches, but what we want to do is we want to make sure that every single person knows that they have a place and that they belong here. And so what we do is we need to make sure that we get this back.
Yes, so you're going to find all that information in our new guest packet here. And it's going to be right inside, and it's the new here card. That's going to get their information, their phone number that is going to allow us to put them in this system so that somebody can make contact with them hopefully that very next week. And this is what we're going to need back. There's some other things in here that are going to be helpful, some ministries that are available at our church. But this is what our goal is, to get back that very first Sunday.
Yeah, if we don't get that card back, they pretty much didn't even come. And I hate to say it that way because they're more than a number, but for us to follow up with them and invite them back and to begin another conversation with them, we have to get that card. And so that is gold for us. And so make sure that when you get that card, you keep it, you hold on to it, and you put it back into its original position. When they bring that back to us, they are going to be given a gift, and so make sure they get that gift. And we'll kind of make sure that you know exactly where those gifts are placed. And then right after service, there's another thing in there that says, thanks for visiting with us. We love to have you join us. And there are a couple ministries that are listed on there. And so if you would like to fill that out and bring that back to us and leave it back here at the tent with us, we want to make another monetary donation to a charity, a local charity here in Gaston County. For us. And so that just helps us create one more conversation. Say thanks again for joining us. If you have any questions, we are here for you. And so we just want to make sure that we have kind of covered all of our bases, making sure that everybody knows that they belong here, that they have a place, that they're cared for and they're loved. That we want to connect them to Jesus, each other, so that we can send them out and change the world together.
One of the reasons they're brightly green, yes, they're pretty, but we want, if a new person is in that sanctuary, we want anyone on the host team to be able to know, hey, that's a new guest, another point of contact. So if you see someone with these and they didn't start in your location, maybe you're an auditorium host, it's just going to let you know, hey, we need to
identifier.
Yes,
hey,
to know this is a new guest.
So one of the things that I was reminded of when you were talking about that is on the back of every single person's badge is a QR code that goes directly to the new here card. And so if they would rather fill that out digitally, make sure that they scan that and then fill that out in front of you and submit that if they don't want to fill that out physically.
So we're super excited that you decided to join Host Team.
Yep.
I'm excited to connect with you so that we can connect with others. Once you've watched this video, we're going to get you started by letting you shadow with someone. We're not just going to throw you out there on your own on your first time. We're just going to connect you with somebody who's already been doing this until you get comfortable, and then we're all ready to serve.
And so we're always here to answer any questions you have. So you can contact Nicole or myself. Our information will be provided in the description of this video. Have a great day.
Thanks.
See ya.